Yellow. Okay, so we did our first track day, and I promised you in one of the last videos that I would do a comprehensive review of the day and of the bikes. God, rush hour is a nightmare. So stay tuned, that's coming up next.
Okay, so this is something different off bike. Nick and I are going to tell you a little bit about our track day, the experience with Smallboy. Let's start with the track day.
Yeah.
I think to say that that was a life-changing experience would be a massive understatement.
You've been on a track before though, right?
In a car.
In a car. How does it compare?
It doesn't.
Yeah?
It doesn't.
Better?
I mean,
the car track days look awesome. All I've got to compare it to is this one, and just epic.
Yeah, it changed my life. But I have to say that it has definitely made me a safer road rider.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah, I know the limits of the bike a lot better.
That's what I learned as well. Like, do these things with the bike that you just didn't know you could actually, like when you get those, and we're not even moving that far, but farther than I've ever done on the road.
That's it.
And it just shows what these things can actually do.
Secondly, as I said, it slowed me down. I'm not trying to get my knee down on the road anymore. I'm not trying to act like, I'm not treating it like my own personal racetrack.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I was dangerous on the roads, but I'd do some stuff that I'd go, well, it's probably a bit silly, you know, it's on the corner. And exactly as you're saying, if you're going to do it, go to the track, take it to the track.
That's it, man. Yeah. So I'd recommend it to anybody. Anybody's got a bike, you've got to go. Just for the fun and for the fact that it will improve you as a rider. Okay, so if you're new to track days, there's a couple of things you should be aware of. One is full leathers.
Yeah, and you guys told me about that. I didn't know.
Exactly. So, they won't let you on the track without full leathers. You need to have a hip zip so that you can connect. If you're wearing a two-piece, you've got to be able to connect the two, and they will ask you to put your arms up in the air.
Yeah.
If they see any skin, that's the end of your day. So you don't want to...
Even though I like to sport the crop top fashion, you know. Really.
So that's one thing. Boots, leather, gloves, leather, full cuffs. Your helmet has to have the motorsport sticker mark of approval. It's a little gold square sticker on the back of your helmet.
Even if mine's got that on it.
It does.
If they let me on, it must.
But you don't want kit to be the thing that ends your day.
Especially if we even get there. If you've never done it before and you're looking forward to it like we were, can you imagine?
Absolutely.
That's why, I mean, that's just track day. I had to buy all the full leathers I didn't have, and you know, it cost a lot, but still so worth it. I mean, the fact that I've got them now, definitely go back to track again. Definitely going to do it again.
Definitely.
They'll pay for themselves.
And they last. You know, that's the other thing. Like, I actually know a couple of people who have had accidents in their leathers, slid down the tarmac for 200 meters, and they're still using them.
Well, I mean, that's it. You know, I bought these for the track day, because like I say, you have to have them. But how often have I used them since the track day? You know, they're just so much better than the textiles and jeans, more comfortable. Absolutely. So
we rented bikes.
Which I still think was the best call.
I agree. I agree. I think just ignoring the fact that, you know, it is a track-prepped bike.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that if it's not your bike, I'm sure Smallboy won't like me saying something like this.
But it's why people do it.
You're going to push it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Because I'd worry about this, do you know what I mean? And
I mean, Beto was saying, take your bike and the insurance doesn't cover the fairings, or you've got to pay a massive excess. That's what you want covered, is all the fairings.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the only...
obviously everything else, but you know.
No, that's the primary thing that's going to break, isn't it? And probably why they don't cover it.
Yeah, and so like you say, you're probably not going to push yourself as much, but when you rent someone else's, especially like you say when it's track prepped,
oh man, I'll wait for it,
We know. We'll see in the video that's to follow, I'm sure. You gave it stick, you gave it horns.
So we'll get on to the costs now as well, because, I mean, that's relevant, what you were saying about the insurance.
How did you, because you put us onto Smallboy, didn't you?
Yes.
How did you hear about them?
Google.
Google, just what, track day bikes?
Track day rental. The one I like the look of the best.
So you looked at a couple?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the only one.
Yeah.
And there are other options. So Smallboy, they're using GSXR600s.
Yeah. They also had the Fireblade?
They had a Fireblade available, and the GSXR600, which is what Beto was riding.
Yeah.
All of them weapons. I mean,
I'm still kind of glad though, because I was going to do the Fireblade, but first time on a track, like probably a bit silly, you know. I mean, that Jigsaw was the perfect one. For the first time, it just did what it needed to. It was amazing.
It's more familiar to what we've been riding. I mean, I had that cross in wide open. That wouldn't have been the case on a 1000.
But you see, I didn't even get to that point, so it would have been wasted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're doing 90 miles an hour or something on a blade in first gear.
Yeah.
But okay, sorry. Going back to the costs. Beardo was quoted £160 for track insurance. I think it was £1,000 excess.
Oh my god.
Something ridiculous like that, and they didn't cover the fairings, as you said.
Yeah.
What is the point? Because Smallboy were charging £240 and they deliver the bikes.
For the rental, just the rental.
That was the rental, but that included your fuel, your tyres,
wet and dry,
which saved our day.
Yeah, because it was pissing with rain when we started, and it was just like driving in the dry. It was amazing.
It was,
Never had wet tyres before. I don't think I've ever needed them, but on the track and still going around bends as if it's dry, it was epic.
Amazing. I thought it was so funny when we got back in, all the instructor said, there are guys out there on wets, don't follow them.
Don't think they're better riders.
We live in England. It's probably going to rain. So cost effective, it is very cost effective.
We had that guy, what's his name, Matt, the mechanic there. Absolutely amazing. Changes the tyres, to make sure the bikes are looked after. Tyre warmers. Just to look cool.
But it did help. I mean, you could.
I wouldn't know.
Well, I mean, you could just bang it straight out of the pits and lead the bike over it.
Why you could actually do it? I mean,
I mean, if we'd been on colder tyres, and
wouldn't have been able to push it that fast,
not that
quick.
soon. You know, it would have taken 2 or 3 laps at least to get the tyres up to the temperature.
Yeah, nice.
So no, they do definitely help. And taking that kind of crap to yourself to a track day,
major fact. You know, and then once again, so stuff you got to buy, and then get it there and set it up and then dismantle it. I mean, literally, we were spoiled. We rocked up.
Absolutely.
Everything was set up ready for it. Just went, and then when we were done, we just left. Finished. End of story.
Was incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes us lazy track players, but I don't care.
No, look, I mean, put it this way. I think, you know, if I did have a sports bike, you know, maybe I would think about it down the line. Because it's got a sports bike, you want to take it on. But, you know, if like a naked bike, as much as I'd love to take it on track, it would not have been worth everything we've just spoken about.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my big thing. I was kind of hoping to have one by now.
Yeah, me too.
But, you know,
what can you do?
Yeah, it wasn't to be. So we made the right choice.
But then again, like you say as well, standard normal road bikes compared to not only were they sports bikes, but they've been kitted up for it.
Yeah, and set up. Those bikes were a lot taller. They were a lot stiffer, so they could take that hammering, you know, that you were going to put through them.
Were those just? I know it's probably not a big thing for it at all, but just for my reference, were those seats standard, or was there any difference there?
No, they weren't standard. I mean, basically, the bike had complete track fairings on it. You saw that's why it had no headlights.
Nothing.
You know, and so it was
awesome.
It was brilliant. No number plates on that shit.
No brake lights either. Yeah, which was irritating. When I'm following you, I'm trying to stop when you're stopping. I'm like, why he hasn't put his brakes on you? I'm like, oh shit, there are no brake lights on this thing.
Welcome to motor racing.
God damn it, rookie.
Track fairings and things like that. So. No, those seats weren't standard. They were basically just pieces of plastic with some foam stuck on the top.
It's so comfortable. But, you know, like you're saying, you're never actually on it, so...
You shouldn't be sitting on that thing.
I learned so much from that track day, just things like that, you know, absolutely.
Body position, move yourself around, so you haven't got time to enjoy that comfort anyway. I was broken the next day.
The next day, my neck. I thought we'd been at a headbanging concert. It was crazy. Pretty awesome, actually.
So I suppose next thing is the bikes. GSXR600. Everybody knows that they're brilliant bikes. They're They're very well known.
Obviously, I've never ridden one before, so I can't compare it. But just from that experience, I mean, obviously, probably a bit better than your average. Yeah. But so good.
Oh, absolutely.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely a difference. I mean, they had, you know, really good exhausts. It sounded amazing.
It really did. You turn that on, and just the idling sound even is insta-jizz.
They were kitted out, as you were saying. The suspension was set up, Brembo brakes. Massive stopping power on those things.
Just you tap it, you know.
Slipper clutches. I want a slipper clutch.
So good.
You don't realise
that combined with that quick shifter just makes your gear changing. Oh, lightning fast. Up, down, incredible.
It was just so nice to be able to dump that clutch
and just carry on.
Quick shifter, as you said, incredible. I want one even for this.
Just for the road, would make it awesome. You know?
I'd love that. The noise it makes, how quick the shit happens. Incredible. Really, really improved the whole experience.
You know, the thing is, the only complaint I probably have got, and like, this is once again going to my vanity side, and I understand why they do it, I totally get it, but the branding was a bit excessive.
Yes.
Bit excessive. Like, I get it, they want people to see Smallboy Trackbikes, absolutely epic, you know, I'd recommend them to anyone as well.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was everywhere on those bikes.
And I'm sorry, Smallboy, but it's a bit of a weird name.
I did get laughed at. One of the girls like, oh, Smallboy. I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah.
Turn your word mark into a logo. You know, still be called Smallboy. Awesome. Get a cool logo going on.
Yeah. But do you know what? Memorable.
Yeah, well, you're not going to forget the name Smallboy. You know, going to Google that.
That's exactly it. And I've already
maybe you shouldn't Google that and what you'd find.
Hopefully this video. You know, I know what you're saying. I agree. You know, it would have been nice if but they have to. They're running a business.
Yeah, no, I get it. You know, but that wouldn't be enough to detract from the day at all. No, I mean, let's face it, the photos and stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They were good-looking bikes. You know, with that Suzuki sort of
blue and the white. It worked.
Yeah, really very cool. Nice. But we'll stop talking about our vanity now.
Maybe you will.
So that's probably the only gripe. Actually, I haven't got a single bad word to say. Matt, as you said, legend. Looked after the bike. Came and got you as you walked into, as you rolled into the garage.
Yeah, had a chat, friendly, just busy setting stuff up, filled them up all the time.
Brilliant.
You know, I mean, when I was booking it, she obviously gave me the details, and I then got in touch with them. And I mean, even the service there was great. I will admit, I tried to call them a couple of times, didn't get through, but they called me back every time.
Yeah.
I appreciate a different experience with Silverstone themselves.
Absolutely.
But these guys called me back, professional, answered all my questions. You know, they knew a lot about the Silverstone track there as well, in terms of where we could put the bikes, what garage we're going to be in. So I mean, very helpful. Yeah. So even end-to-end service, it was brilliant. It was perfect.
Spot on, where he was, and like you said, because Silverstone were. I mean, the guys on the day were fantastic. The instructors,
perfect on the day.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's the only experience I had with them.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
So they were brilliant. The admin department,
not great.
Just didn't seem to really care.
Yeah.
I don't think that they were riders. I think they were just trying to
just doing a job. You know, it wasn't something they're passionate about, probably. On the day, the instructors were good, and they gave a chat to you. They'd see you looking at the track map. They'd kind of talk to you about it.
Fantastic.
Really cool.
Yeah, really, really helpful. Oh, okay. So. One thing to remember is that we're talking about these prices, £240 a day. One thing we forgot to mention was there is an insurance excess.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay a security deposit or anything, which is quite nice. Generally, when you're renting something, they ask for £1,000 down. None of that. They obviously have some special track insurance. Minimum excess £250.
Which is doable. Yeah, that's all right.
Oh yeah. So I mean, look,
it's better than you're going to get on a private bike, I think.
But if you looked at the bikes, they clearly had, usage stuffs and things like that. They were not precious about their fairings. They let you stick GoPros anywhere except for the tank.
Yeah. Okay, in all fairness, we didn't have any incidents with them. No. But I definitely got the feel they're not like your average car rental company, where you rent a car, come back, and then they look and, we're going to charge you financial. None of that.
So they were not precious at all, which is really nice.
Look, if you dropped it, probably a different story.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't find out, luckily.
But they wouldn't let you, because as soon as you came back into the garage, you came straight out, got it off. You felt like a MotoGP rider.
You really did.
So you didn't he had more of a chance of dropping in the wheelie.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think that's a worry. But then the maximum excess was £500. Now that's if you're totaling the bike.
Yeah, right off.
To be fair, that's still not that bad.
Not that bad, you know. Once again, compare it to your own bike.
Yeah.
You know, you go there, you pay for the track bike 500, and you've written off a bike. It's not your bike, fine.
And you still come home to yours.
Exactly.
So
no dealing with insurance companies, no faff.
Yeah.
Pay your money and then you start.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. The only thing is with this, you do need to book the track separately with the organisers. So they are two separate entities. And that was where getting them to talk to one another. Silverstone, no.
Naughty.
Smallboy, brilliant. They were so understanding, and they were just...
They even tried to call Silverstone, because they wanted to get the garages synced up for the bikes, so they would all be together, because there were 4 of us there, which then actually gave us a discount as well on renting the bikes, because all 4 of us did it, which was cool. But yeah, they tried to call Silverstone, they tried to get it, and they said, you know, no one answered, didn't get called back, so they just put the bikes wherever they want.
Yeah,
and they did.
And it worked out.
And it worked out,
you know. And we were all together because Beardo was obviously in the intermediate group, and it was nice to all be together. Actually.
Yeah, chat about it afterwards.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, so basically in closing, we absolutely we recommend.
Totally recommend it to anyone that's doing a track day.
Yeah, there are other companies out there, but look, we don't have the experience of those guys.
Yeah.
And Smallboy were brilliant. And I'm of the mind, if somebody does a good job, I stay loyal to those people.
Me too. I agree.
That's how I work. So this is our honest opinion.
Honest opinion. Yeah.
Completely.
Probably a bit slightly influenced by the fact we just love the track day so much.
We're definitely a little bit biased. But not that biased.
But no, not at all. If it was crap, I think we'd be having a very different discussion right now.
Okay, I might not even actually make the video, but I felt obliged to make the video.
Because it was that good.
Because it was incredible. So, Smallboy, thank you. And
it was awesome.
Go out, check them out. Go and do a track day.
If you just bought a bike and you wanted to do it, do it. You will not regret it.
It will change your life.
Epic. Change your life, change your riding. Yes. But you will get addicted. It's going to happen. And, you know, just be prepared to add this to your quarterly financials. It's not going to be a once-off thing.
That's all we have to say on the matter.
That is that.
So until the next time, it's been a Bath Biker. Ride safe. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.
Rumors spreading round United Texas town about to shack outside the game.
These guys are coming and ruin our shot.
Maybe a little bit. Perfect timing.